Welcome to a life of possibilities and inspiring conversations. My name is Nkandu Belts and our guest today is Laura Raghunatha. Welcome to the show, Laura.
Thank you so much.
How are you?
I'm awesome, thank you.
Oh, wonderful. So, Laura, you are passionate about helping people and you've been doing this for a very, very long time. So how did the story start?
I guess if I take you on a bit of a journey, like I'm a farm girl. So I grew up originally in Victoria and my family still reside there. And through there, I guess, coming from being off a farm, you always are helping people. Yeah. So that just naturally is in you. And then when I was 15 and a half, my mum got sick with chronic fatigue and my dad had back surgery. So that led on a journey of other people needing to help us. Yes. And through that, we started to learn about health prevention. And that really inspired me to sort of want to go about helping people so that they would never get to where my parents got to. So that kind of took me on that journey of being inspired to help people ongoing. So I've probably been doing that for nearly 20 years, I guess, in the health and wellness field.
Oh, wow. So, and you've also been featured in a book. Is this related to health or is this a different...
Yeah, actually. So it's called Passionate Parents. So life stories of successful, success against all odds. Yes. So I was featured in that, obviously being a mumpreneur.
Yes.
So a mum that's very passionate about her business and kind of all the odds that we have to go up against sometimes. And it's really inspiring to see so many mums in there and what they're doing. So it was an absolute honour to be part of that.
Wow, that's quite fascinating. So it's Passionate Parents, that's the title of the book.
Yes.
And yeah, because there's a lot of mothers out there, you know, juggling work as well as being, you know, being a mother. So what are some of the tips that you can give to parents?
So tips on how to juggle, I guess, your business and also being a mum. I'd have to say time management.
Yes.
Really, your time management and your planning that out. Every day is a new challenge. Yeah. So it's how to balance that and create that flow and be adaptable and flexible. My daughter's 4, so you know, every day I wake up, she presents me with something different that may not be on my structured plan. Yeah. Which, you know, and the same with business, you know, every day you have something different that you've come across. So it's really about just being adaptable and flexible and, you know, running with it, I guess.
What about that guilt that parents feel, you know?
Well, this year is really about, for me, about letting go of that guilt.
Yeah.
And it doesn't really serve me. And I think so many mums get caught up in that guilt that they're not fulfilling and they're not doing all the things that, you know, maybe possibly other mums are doing. Yeah. And for me, it's really about letting that go. Yeah. And when you can honour yourself and go, okay, I'm teaching her different life skills. Yes. I have a business and she's watching what I'm doing.
Exactly.
So she's very passionate about doing Facebook Lives, which is what I do, you know. Now
yes, yeah.
So I'm teaching her different skills and things like that. So I really wanted to honour myself as the person I am, and mum, business owner, and really let go of that guilt. And once you do that, it really just changes.
So basically you're taking this holistic approach to being a parent.
Absolutely, absolutely. I don't think there's that cookie cutter image, you know, like, you know, pick up a book. I'm not a book person and read, oh, this is how you need to be a mum.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't fit for everyone. We're all so different. And when they're born, all of a sudden you are, instead of being Laura, you are now mummy.
Mummy, exactly.
And there's like that little switch and straight away you go into that mummy mode and you just need to know it all.
Exactly.
And somehow you find the right answers to be able to cope with that.
So now let's go to your Facebook Live. How did that come about?
Facebook Lives, I guess when I started branding myself as Laura Inspire, my business name, and I was doing lots of one-to-ones with people, and I wanted to go one-to-many, and as soon as you actually do that, you're able to impact other people's lives.
Yes.
On a bigger scale. Yeah. And for me, I've always been curious about like your why you got started in things. So for myself, I actually got started doing Facebook interviews with successful business owners and their why they got started. And if you can delve down into that deep why, you uncover so much.
So what are some of the whys?
Oh, some of the whys.
Or maybe your why.
I guess my why comes back to why I do what I do is obviously for my daughter.
Yes.
Being a mum, like 4 years ago, it just completely changed my life, disrupted what I was doing, and it really just changed it. And I would do anything in the world. I think, you know, being a mum, and mums can relate, parents can relate, definitely to wanting to do whatever it can be for your children. So I guess that's my passion for my why, for my daughter.
And what have you found was the common why with other women who are in business?
Definitely a lot of that, striving to help people and wanting to uncover how they can help people, and definitely trying to improve their family life, have more time, not so much on the business, and getting back that time with their family. So sometimes at the start, definitely it's a lot of long hours.
Yes.
And for me, we enrolled my daughter in our big goal. She wants to go to Disneyland. So she knows that mummy and daddy are working very, very hard so that we can get her to there. So enrolling the family in your dreams and goals.
So with the Facebook Live also came the healthy children and healthy families.
Yeah, so I started a group probably about a month ago, and once again being very passionate about children's health and making sure that that prevention is in there. Yeah. So I set up this group that was literally for me a brain dump. You know, I have so much information up here that I wanted to passionately share with other parents that they may not be aware of. Yeah. So nearly like 14 years ago, I didn't know about harmful chemicals in personal care products and how they affected us. And that led me, because obviously my mum got sick, and when we started unravelling what it was, a lot of it came down to the ingredients in our personal care, what we were doing in our surroundings. So for me, it was about educating people and keeping them informed. If they knew that, then they could actually make informed decisions about their family and how they could help them.
It's true, yeah. So there's two things here. So one is about the products, and then two is about what the children are eating.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. And let's say, you know, like for 4-year-olds, it's very hard to, you know, get the toddler to eat those carrots or anything else. So how do you inspire a child to, you know, eat healthy?
It's about being fun. Yeah. Like my daughter, every morning we sit down at the dinner table and we actually read a book. Yeah. So she's more inclined to eat her food while she's, you know, I'm reading to her. So I think sitting down and just make it fun and letting them choose the food. Yes. Like, you know, giving them options, but enrolling them in going to the supermarket, picking the veggies and things like that. And the things that they want to eat, same with their lunchbox. You know, they've got to enjoy it, enrol them in the cooking process. Yes. And in the Healthy Children's Healthy Families, we do a lot of sharing recipes. Okay. So different ideas, removing the sugar and creating that fun back into food again. Yeah. We can get very structured in, you know, what we're doing, but making it all fun. I think the more fun you can make it,
the better.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then when it comes to the products, so what would you advise parents to do? Is it, you know, like just a matter of, you know, going to Coles or Woolies and then looking at the back and going like, okay, I'm reading the ingredients. Some of them might be carcinogenic, or what would you advise? I
think it's, once again, I got given a beautiful little toxin guide, and it was as scary as anything when I looked there and I thought, wow. And then I started flipping over and uncovering that a lot of these products were in here. And when I started doing my research as to what they were linked to, I got really scared. Now, this was before I was a mum. So imagine if you're a new mum and you find out all this information, you start to doubt yourself. Yeah. And always I encourage mums and parents that you're not a bad mum if you've been using these products beforehand, because you didn't know.
It's very true. It's about the knowing. And, you know, like sometimes, for example, let's say cocoa butter, you know, your great-grandmother used cocoa butter, your grandmother used cocoa butter, your mother used cocoa butter, and, you know, it's kind of like, yeah, you're using what you know. And if you don't know, you can't really do much. So I think education is the best way to, I
think the key is the education and being informed. And once you've done that, then really it's up to you as a family. Yeah. And every family is slightly different in the way they approach things. And I think it's the twofold, definitely the personal care products, and then definitely what you're eating. So there's the twofold, you need both of them to create what I call a live clean home. And once you've got that, opening the doors and the windows creates all that. These are all things that we used to do years ago, but we've forgotten to do it because our home now can become more toxic than the outside.
It's very true.
So it's really looking within and starting that and just educating yourself, okay, looking at what you're using now and if there is a better alternative. And I've literally been using some safe products for 14 years and they dramatically changed the health of my parents. So then it's now a fold of me sharing that with others so they too can create that healthy home.
So are these products organic or what?
Yep, so they avoid over 3,000 harmful ingredients. Yes. So those carcinogens that you were talking about, definitely removing those out of what's in there and knowing that you've got something that you 100% trust. That is safe for you and your children, definitely.
So with so when you set up, you wake up in the morning and you have the schedule. So you have the nutritious breakfast, you have the reading, you have the IM. How long does that take? Because for most moms, it would not be very practical for them if they have to be at the office by 8:30, 9 o'clock. Does it have to be 30 minutes? Can it be 10 minutes?
I think the great thing, it depends on what you do, but we've got this lovely curly hair and we need a shower every morning. So we do them in the shower. It can be there when you're getting there. It doesn't have to be. We just do a little bit of the reading. So it's like multi-skilling. Everything I do is multi-skilling. Yeah. So like I said, we pack the lunchbox the night before, so that's done. The IMs, the gratefuls can be done, and it doesn't have to go for very long. It changes the music in the morning. It's as we're driving to the family daycare. So we're multi-skilling, we're driving, she's dancing in the car and doing all that. It's a very quick little book. But if I don't sit down at the dinner table with her, breakfast can expand for quite some time. Yes. And I think parents would know that, whereas if you sit with them, then it's done a lot quicker. So obviously I aim to be within that 45 minutes we're out the door, and that includes myself getting ready too. So, but yeah, very conscious of, some people do baths in the evening to speed up their routine and things like that, but multi-skilling definitely.
Well, thank you very much. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back.